Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and First Lady Olena Zelenska arrived in Vilnius, Lithuania on January 25, 2026 for high-level talks with the Lithuanian and Polish presidents. The visit coincides with the 163rd anniversary of the January Uprising against Russian imperial rule. Discussions focus on regional cooperation, solidarity, and support as Ukraine faces continued Russian attacks on its energy infrastructure. On January 24th, Russian strikes left 1.2 million properties in Kyiv without power amid freezing winter temperatures. The Vilnius meetings aim to strengthen coordination and provide a united response to ongoing Russian bombardments. You're watching CSB News USA.
And those tariffs which might be imposed on some countries, it's even difficult to understand how it will function, because we are the single market and the origin of the goods is European origin and not the origin of concrete countries. So I see here even technical difficulties, but probably now it's not about technical difficulties, but now it's about political cooperation, and I think NATO as an organization is at stake. There's always room and possibility to de-escalate the situation, but of course the precondition is that both sides want this de-escalation, and now I'm not sure. Europe is obviously willing to de-escalate. I hope that United States will be too.
Everyone turned attention to Greenland. And it's clear, most leaders simply are not sure what to do about it. And it seems like everyone is just waiting for America to cool down on this topic, hoping it will pass away. But what if will not? What then? Until America pressured Europe to spend more on defense, most countries were not even trying to reach 5% of GDP, the minimum needed to ensure security. Europe needs to know how to defend itself. And if you send 30 or 40 soldiers to Greenland, what is that for? What message does it send? What's the message to Putin, to China? And even more importantly, what message does it send to Denmark? The most important, your close ally. You either declare that European bases will protect the region from Russia and China and establish those bases, or you risk not being taken seriously because 30 or 40 soldiers will not protect anything. Europe needs united armed forces, forces that can truly defend Europe. Today, Europe relies only on the belief that if danger comes, NATO will act. But no one has really seen the alliance in action. If Putin decides to take Lithuania or strike Poland, who will respond? Who will respond? Right now, NATO exists thanks to belief that the United States will act, that it will not stand aside and will help. But what if it doesn't? And too often, Europeans turn against each other, leaders, parties, movements, and communities, instead of standing together to stop Russia, which brings the same destruction to everyone. Instead of becoming a truly global power, Europe remains a beautiful but fragmented kaleidoscope of small and middle powers. Instead of taking the lead in defending freedom, Worldwide, especially when America's focus shifts elsewhere, Europe looks lost trying to convince the US president to change. But he will not change. One of the biggest problems in today's Europe, though it's not often talked about, is the mindset. Some European leaders are from Europe, but not always for Europe. Dear friends, we should not degrade ourselves to secondary roles, not when we have a chance to be a great power together. We should not accept that Europe is just a salad of small and middle powers seasoned with enemies of Europe. When united, we are truly invincible. And Europe can and must be a global force. Europe can help build a better world. Europe must build a better world. And a world without war, of course. But for that, Europe needs strength. For that, we must act together and act in time. And most of all, we must have the courage to act. Today, we need that power to protect our own independence. But you need Ukraine's independence too, because tomorrow you may have to defend your way of life. And when Ukraine is with you, no one will wipe their feet on you. And you will always have a way to act, and act in time. But when you refuse to help the people fighting for freedom, the consequences return, and they are always negative. Oreshnik missiles are deployed in Belarus within range of most European capitals. That would not have happened if the Belarus